My name is Roberta. I called crisis services 33 years ago, and that might be why I'm alive today. I'm a mother of 4 children. They're grown. I taught college for 29 years, but I did lots of other things. I was a journalist and everything else. And the obstacle I overcame was low self-esteem. As long as I was being battered, and as long as my husband was telling me how I didn't deserve much and how nobody would want me and all those things, I believed it because I was terrified. And I saw no way out. But I did have, he was in many ways a very nice man, but he got worse and worse. And when I was pregnant with the 3rd child, my husband, that was the first time he slapped me. And then he promised he never would do it again and bought me some presents and said he wouldn't drink again. And of course he did. And then he started to abuse me more and more. So we moved 18 times in 16 years because he couldn't hold a job, even though he was a doctorate. He had a doctorate and 2 postdoctoral fellowships. So I just thought, I'm totally falling apart. I can't stand it any longer. So I picked up the phone and called crisis services. And this wonderful woman said to me, she listened to me very carefully, and she said to me, "Now, do you have anybody you think you could just take the children to for a while? Just a while, you know." By that time, my sister and brother-in-law had come back from Europe, where he worked, and my sister was my best friend, and they had quite a bit of money, and I didn't, but it didn't matter. What I mean is they had enough money to have a house that was big enough to take us all in. So I just got 4 brown bags. The universe helped me because that day he decided to go to work. So I just quickly took the brown bags, threw as many clothes for all the 4 children in them, and picked every child up at school the last day of school. I finally got there to my sister's, and we stayed there a month, and every day my husband would call and talk to my sister. "Tell her to come home, we need her, blah, 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 guilt, guilt, guilt," and all that stuff. So I talked to my husband one day on the phone, and we met someplace, I don't know where. We sat under a tree, and he signed the contract, and I went back with the children, and in 1 month he started to drink again. And when I said to him, "But," I'll change his name, "John, you signed a contract," and here's what he said: "Oh, you don't think husbands and wives should have contracts like that, legalities like that?" So I ran away the 7th time, and that time I stayed away. I've never been happier in my life. I'm 78 years old. 3 of my 4 children love me, and we love each other, and we're very good friends, and we have lots of fun. They're all writers, and some play sports, and one of my sons is gay, and does show stuff, and I'm very proud of him too. And all of that came about because I got better, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. It all started with crisis services.